Hi, coming to you live from San Diego, California, a stone's throw away from Pechanga Arena where the AHL San Diego Gulls play. But don't worry, Royally Quacked fans, we have a very special episode today that we're calling The Making of the Duck Dynasty. Now on to who's going to be your host today, Cody Spink.
What's up, Ducks fans? We got a special team here, other than the royally guy in the middle right there. We got Adam Broll from the Patriots Hockey. We got Kyle Carr from Locked On Ducks. And the legend himself, Doug Stolham from the Puck Podcast. So we're all going to go over real quick on who we'd have on our all-time Ducks teams, but then we got to work together and make one team together. So tune in. If you guys have any... if you guys are watching live, send in your who you think you'd want on what line, what D pair, or what goalie you'd want. Put it in the comments, and we'll read it live. So, all right, who wants to go first on their team? Or you want me to start it off?
I can start it off. I got some legends from the guys that played with the Ducks, but were not maybe at their best with the Ducks, but certainly some guys that I think would fit in well. And if you're looking at all-time Ducks, they fit in. But we'll see if they make the all-time roster. So the top line, because we're going to give 4 lines of forwards, 3 pairs of defense, and 2 goalies.
Mm-hmm.
The top line has got to be, for my money, Kariya, Getzlaf, and Selanne. I think they're the best at each position from Ducks all-time. And then when you get into the depth, it gets a little bit, some of the legends come into play here. So I've got Chris Kunitz on the second line left wing. And his center, I'm going to go with Adam Oates because he was one of the greatest passers in NHL history. I think he would even opt to pass in a shootout situation. The guy refused to shoot the puck, but was an all-time playmaker. So loved him. And then Corey Perry on the right wing, future Hall of Famer, and still going strong somehow. So third line, I'm going to go with we'll go with Yari Curry on the left wing. Again, not a guy that had his best years with the Ducks, but did play with them and is one of the NHL 100 best players of all time. At center, I'm going to go with Andy McDonald. And then on the right wing, I'm going to go with Bobby Ryan, a guy that I wish could have had a better career in Anaheim and stayed here for much longer, but still gave me one of the greatest moments of all time when he scored with another player's stick and then showed him the stick right in his face. That was an all-time moment. And then for the fourth line, this was a tough one. I was going to go with Sergei Fedorov, but I opted instead for what I thought was the best line in Ducks history, the perfect line. And so I'm keeping them intact from the 2007 Stanley Cup championship team. Travis Moen, Sammy Paulson, Rob Niedermayer. That line could do anything. And as a fourth line on an all-time team, I can't think of a group of guys I'd rather have go over the boards to eat up some minutes and shut down other teams, play some physical hockey, and chip in the occasional goal. So there's my forwards. On defense, how you don't go with Scott Niedermayer and Chris Pronger as your top pairing is a debate we can have when we get to the other rosters, but that's mine. And then a man near and dear to my heart from I was at the 2003 Stanley Cup final game against the Devils when he scored the only goal of the game in overtime. Ruslan Saleh, may he rest in peace, is on my second pairing along with Francois Beauchemin, the lefty that's going to surprise Jerome McGinley with a left-handed punch and knock him out. And then a pairing that is probably not going to be one that a lot of Ducks fans are going to be in love with on my third pairing, but Cam Fowler was great for a long time and is still a good player. He's there with Hampus Lindholm as my third pairing. So those are 2 guys that I'm pretty confident in any minutes. And then the goalie, you got to go with J.S. Shiger. He's the only goalie to win a Ducks Stanley Cup for the Ducks so far. He gave up 1 goal in the entirety of the Western Conference final in 2007 or in 2003 when he won the Conn Smythe in a losing effort. 1 goal the entire series against the Minnesota Wild is ridiculous. And then the original Duck, Guy Hebert, is his backup. So That's my team from top to bottom. Looking forward to seeing what you guys pick and what we end up with.
All right, I'll go next. Like I said, I know mine is interesting, but like I said, this is why I like having you guys on here to help us make a better team altogether. So my line one, of course, I got the best duo in Ducks history, Selanne and Kariya as the wingers, and then I got Sergei Fedorov centering them. And in my second line, I got Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaf, and Bobby Ryan, trying to kind of keep the generation players kind of together at the same time. That's why I kind of came up with that. My third line, I had Curry, Ruchin, and Andy McDonald. And my fourth line, I had the exact same fourth line as you, Doug. So no difference there. That was literally one of the best lines in Ducks history. I would probably have to say, like, you knew you were what you're going to get out of them every game, and you knew with them on the ice you weren't going to lose. So I agree with that. My top pair for defense, I had Niedermayer and Pronger. Second pair, Beauchemin and Trevadovsky. And the third pair, Ruslan Saleh and Josh Manson. And my goalies, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with any of our goalies. Gia Shigeru is starting, of course, and then Guy Bear, the original Mighty Duck, is my backup. That was the team I came up with last year. So I can't, that's my team. So, Adam, you got your team?
Unfortunately, I don't. I was just kind of planning on putting the team together with you guys.
Okay.
But a random one for like me, line one though, is I kind of go a little differently because I would probably put Andy McDonald at centered. Obviously, got to have Paul Kariya and Teemu Selanne at number one, and I'd prefer to kind of keep that kind of cup running team going together with having Getzlaf, Perry, and probably Bobby Ryan on the second line for me, like have random stuff like that. As for like random D pairings, like I would kind of keep Oleg Tverdovsky and Ruslan Saleh together. They played so well together back in the early 90s when the Ducks were coming together, and they were one of the dominant pairs of defensemen that the Ducks have had growing in that expansion era. It's like random stuff like that. But I mean, as much as I love Guy Bear, I think I still have to go with the obviously I'm going to go with Jaguar for number one, but I think I still have to go with Jonas Hiller as number two. They were just an awesome tandem pair that we had throughout the years. And I don't know, I just liked Hiller's style of play. So I got to stick with them in net for me.
Just make sure that Hiller doesn't bring the mustache helmet. That thing is cursed.
No. I prefer that matte black one with the gold cage. I think that was the most clean. That was the most simplest look, but that was like one of my all-time favorite helmets of ever.
I loved the mustache helmet, but that thing was absolutely cursed.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle,
I was going to say the only good thing about that mustache helmet was actually having George Peros there, keeping that mustache on the ice. That was about the only good part about that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Kyle, you have your team?
Yes, I do. Mine's gonna be a little mix. I'm gonna kind of thrust in some of the youth and the old. I'm thinking if we're doing a battle against the Kings over there with your father, we got to have a little bit I'm thinking it's gonna be more in the modern game. So my top line, I'm going to have Kariya and Selanne, of course, on the wings, centered by Leo Carlson. I think with that Finnish and Swedish blood up there, you get a pretty good little international mix going. On the second line, I'm going to have Getzlaf centering, and then Perry on his right and Troy Terry on his left. I think Terry's just such a solid player. He can help those two, and what Getzlaf and Perry can do together. And then on my third, I'm going to have Ryan Kessler and then Bobby Ryan and Ricard Raquel. And on my fourth line, just because in the modern day, these guys would destroy any line, it would be Rob Niedermayer, Ruchin in the center, and Chris Kunitz on the left. And then for my defense, I got Scott Niedermayer and Chris Pronger, first pair. Second, I'm going to have Fowler and Lacombe. And then on my third pair, Beauchemin and Manson. And for goaltending, of course, Jiggy, got to have him as your top guy. And then I'm going to have Brizgal. I mean, Freddie Anderson. Freddie.
So it sounds
He's
like
just game.
we all have certain players in the same spot. So this can go a little better. We already got some agreement. So I think we all are in agreement on the wingers on the top line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Is-
yeah.
So
Well, you know,
I
they're
figured
the only players that have 100 points or have sniffed 100 points in a season, so might as well have
True.
them out there.
no. So we got that, and I think we all had Scott Niedermayer and Pronger on the first line, I believe, too.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I think if anyone has anyone else than Shiger as a starting goalie, then I'd be shocked. So as I said, we got agreements everywhere, so that's nice. Now we just got to put some pieces in the right spots, and then I think this will be a real nice looking team after we're done.
Do we
I
want to
mean-
consider a fourth line of Stu Grimson, George Peros, Jarrett Burnett that could just absolutely beat the absolute living hell out of any line that takes the ice against them? They're going to serve. They're going to play 30 seconds each for the night, and they're going to get a game
2,000
misconduct.
Pims.
Yeah, but they're taking
the Matt Rempe playing time.
right, but they're taking 3 guys out of the game with them. So
I'm not against it.
I'm not against that either, actually.
Right?
That's definitely a
Get him in
line
there.
I'd be terrified of.
I'd be terrified too.
and it's going to protect the skill guys. Andy McDonald's going to have a lot more ice out there, you know, to Selanne and Kariya. There's going to be no more Gary Suitors cross-checking Paul Kariya in the face.
Right.
Yeah, because those 3 guys would Jared Burnett would leave the bench and kill him right there. So that would take care of that.
If we had that line, who knows if Scott Stevens would have hit Korea?
Right.
100%. 100%.
You would have never gotten off the floor on the board.
Yeah. No, I'd say, and I like the Ricard Raquel mention. He's a guy that I think gets forgotten about how good he was. I'm surprised none of us mentioned Peter Sikora. He was great.
Yeah.
As a Duck and as a sniper on the wing. So that's a guy that I might consider as well in there. And but Ricard Raquel, I think, gets overlooked for his time. And Ryan Kessler, that's a good pull as well. He's a great two-way center. I didn't like the way he left because of the injuries and stuff like that. It didn't end on a good note.
He was very bitter.
But he was great while he was here. There's no doubt about that.
Did you guys saw that video of him catching a ball?
Yeah,
and then throwing it back onto the field.
Yeah,
I deny this ball.
Yeah, no, he's still a great two-way player, man. He can catch it and throw it.
Honestly, I loved having him and Perry on the same team where we had the 2 most hated players in the league on one team.
I mean, there's something to be said. Nobody hates bad players, right?
Yeah.
You don't. You hate a dirty player.
You hate him when you're on your
hate
team.
a bad
Now.
player, but you love him on your team. But I'm saying around the league, you want to be hated. You want to be the villain. You want to be the people that have the targets. So I'm hoping the Ducks get back to that.
Everyone thinks I'm crazy because I mean I absolutely respect the game of Corey Perry, but I do not like the man himself. I mean,
Chris from Late Arrivals says I miss Ryan Kessler every single day.
Yeah. And he was a guy that helped the culture of this team. The Ducks need a guy like him right now that refuses to lose and will battle through injury. He was limping through the playoffs a couple of years and just refused to come out of the lineup. And as much as we may not love I don't know that I want to go on a road trip with Ryan Kessler or have him in charge of my house while I'm out of town, but I definitely want him on my hockey team.
Absolutely. We should have, if we could have a black ace on our defense, I think Kevin Bieksa would have been a good name to mention too. Because same thing, him and Kessler were in at that same time, and they were just 2 bullies out there. But just they create a lot of culture, and unfortunate for them in Vancouver at the time they were together up there. But I liked them on Anaheim.
I'll never forget the Superman punch.
Oh
yes,
the BXS Superman punch. That was one way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
And the one time Bieksa took a face-off draw, end up with Vancouver Calgary brawl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't even supposed to be the face-off guy. But all right, let's start with the first line. So we all have Selanne and Kariya as the wingers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we need to come to agreement on who's in a center that pair.
I'm kind of on board with Kyle with putting Leo up there. I mean, I think
With
that would be
Leo?
a fun mix. Like you have Leo, you kind of got his size, his speed, his creativity, but then you have Selanne and Kariya that just could pick apart a defense in their passing. I don't know. I think for me, I think Carlson would be great up there with the top line of Selanne and Kariya.
I think we go back to what we saw with what worked with Kariya and Selanne. A
Mhm.
guy that would go into the corners, that would go to the
Ruchin.
front of the net and would play defense because they don't.
Yeah.
And that's Steve
Oh
Ruchin.
yeah.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I think Ruchin in there, it's a perfect line. It's kind of like the Moen-Pahlsson-Niedermeyer line. It worked.
Yeah.
That chemistry worked. So if that's your top line of Kariya, Selanne, and Ruchin, I think you're going to be very happy. And Ruchin's going to be picking himself up out of the corner while those two guys celebrate a goal over at the boards. So I think that's a good line. But I want somebody that can play defense because I know those two guys can't.
No, actually,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
no, I love that. I love that too. I mean, I remember watching Ruchin when he was the captain, and he captained that, those early teams, and he was always the man going into the corner and digging out the puck, or he would be in front of the net, battling his way to put a screen. Or yeah, no, I'm kind of with you on that one as well. Like
Yeah.
I remember watching those in the early, the mid '90s, late '90s, and yeah, I mean, it was a perfect pairing because Ruchin was that. He was kind of that underdog that no one really knew who he was or what he was doing there, but he was the one that was always in the middle of everything, even though that Selanne and Kariya got the flash and the notoriety. Yeah, Ruchin was really the center that put all that together for him.
And let's keep in mind, the first thing you do in a hockey game is win a face-off, and Leo Carlson cannot win face-offs.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's
that is
true.
Very true.
I'd say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
Yeah.
I would go with Ruchin up there as well.
All right. So we got Ruchin up there. Perfect. I honestly,
I like your
I
cut, bro.
that's such a great pull, Doug. That was probably, like I said, probably one
It's
of the
my
most
hockey team.
consistent lines.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, that was a great line for a long time for the Ducks.
All right. So we got our first line. I figured that wasn't going to take long. We only needed to find one player, and might as well find the perfect person that played with them and looked perfect with them.
Right.
All right.
I was
Line
waiting
two.
for the Ruchin Steakhouse.
Yeah. Ruchin's take. All right, line two. How do we want to start? Who do we want centering this second line? Do we want to go with El Capitan, Ryan Getzlaf, to start?
I mean, I think for me it's a no-brainer. He's obviously a top 6 center, and he's got the 1,000 points, most points in the Ducks history, and you gotta like Getzlaf's play, and he's someone who can win faceoffs, and
Right.
it just expands that depth. I don't think it would be good to have him on a bottom 6 line, so that's my opinion.
Okay. So are we all in agreement? Getzlaf as the 2C?
Yeah, I think the second line is almost the same as the first line in that you have a pairing of Getzlaf and Perry. It's just finding who's going to go with those guys, because that, again, was a pairing that worked so well, helped win a Stanley Cup, was unstoppable for a decade in the NHL. And why mess with chemistry that is already proven?
Well, we
Okay.
mentioned it earlier. Ricard Raquel was a pretty good staple with those guys when he was with the Ducks. He had some pretty good points. There's that comeback on Catella. Maybe recency bias, but I feel like he's got some good chemistry since we're kind of going down that path.
Yeah. We can also go Bobby Ryan. He had good chemistry with them too. So
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Raquel or Ryan, one of those two.
I'm fine with either one. What do you think, Doug?
I like Bobby Ryan on that line. The chemistry when they were younger worked well. Ryan's a physical player, a little bit of a bull, more than Ricard Raquel as well. So I like that. Those three are pretty good.
Do you have a coin, Cody? We could
A coin.
flip a coin here.
I'm good with keeping Bobby Ryan on that one because, like, even doing that one, you kind of almost think like maybe if you go on like a third line, that's when you bring in Raquel.
Yeah.
But do you bring him in? Like, do you put Sergei Fedorov with Raquel? Like, have that kind of little dynamic going, and got to figure out the left winger to go with him. But yeah, I think Bobby Ryan sticks with the young crew of the 2000s era. We can go with.
So we're all in agreement. Bobby Ryan.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Third line. How do we want to start this one?
I'm going to propose something real fast, just that I was thinking of as we were talking about the combinations and pairings and who goes well together. I'm Swedish. I got a little bit of Swedish blood in me, and I'm going
Same.
with an all Swede line. Ricard Raquel, Leo Carlson,
Ooh.
and Sammy Pauls or Jakob Silverberg.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm surprised Silverberg didn't make any of our
That's very
lists earlier.
sweet of you.
How sweet it
Oh.
is, man.
How sweet it is.
That's a sweet
I
line.
don't hate that line at all.
I don't either.
Me neither. I actually have the Swedish Ducks hat somewhere around here.
Oh, nice.
So
With the
you guys want to make that our
Yeah.
third line?
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
I don't know. Is that a good enough line to be the third line? I mean,
That's
I think it's definitely a solid fourth line.
Yeah.
Like in the
fair.
all-time greats with everyone that we have the access to, I would think that would be a perfect fourth line.
There you go.
That's fair. That's fair, because as much as we love the Moen-Pahlsson-Niedermeyer line, there's meat on the bone right now. Andy McDonald, Chris Kunitz, both still available, and those are guys that might be a better pick for the third line. It's a good point.
We could do Kessler, Kunitz, and Pahlsson.
Ooh.
Kessler is a tempting option. And he's a perfect third line center on a all-time team.
I just
you talk about win face-offs.
A healthy Kessler. Woo.
Yeah. Adam, who do you got as the wings on that kind of a line? If Kessler is your third line center, you looking for skill, or are you looking for a little bit of two-way play?
Kind of two-way play on it. Like the bottom six, you kind of want a little bit more of that two-way play. Obviously, like the top six, you're looking a little bit more flash. Oh, see if we got Kessler on the wing or center.
I mean, do we want to bring back the Cogliano, Silverberg, Kessler line?
I mean, I absolutely love Cogliano. I think he was one of
Yeah.
the most underrated Ducks. I mean, the man had speed. He had that grit everyone wanted to. He had no problem mixing it up. But
Great on the PK.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Cogliano. I don't know who would be. I don't know the other.
Maybe
wing,
have Troy Terry. He's pretty solid. He's definitely like you were talking about, someone who goes in the corners, does all the right things.
I'm going to throw out a name of a guy that I loved, and he's not an all-time Duck, but I loved him, and that was Mike LeClaire.
Yeah,
and Jerky was just a good guy. That's a good fit on that kind of a line. Of he could score every now and then, but he was just him and Kessler together there's nothing they would back down from. Those are guys. I mean, this is the jersey I'm wearing for a reason. I love
the jersey. I love that.
Love that era of Ducks hockey.
Oh, I can't stand those jerseys.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that was rated the ugliest
yeah,
jersey.
exactly.
I thought it was
100%.
the Wild Wing one that was rated the worst.
I saw something with that one.
That
Maybe
is
the
worst.
pictures that
the
make
Wild
it worse,
Wing
but...
is the worst, but
that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites.
No, that is the worst. That was absolutely ridiculous. But
everyone thinks I'm crazy because I like Everyone thinks I'm crazy because I like the Anaheim black and purples.
I liked it at the time.
Yeah.
I liked it at the time, but now I'm like, well, it's too Kings looking.
No,
the best I can think of is Corey Perry in that.
And that one had the modern day patch for us Orange County.
The modern day patch.
Had the MD.
It did.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, that's the I would if Kessler's on there. I mean, we still have Fedorov, we still have Curry, we still have a lot of veteran players.
Still got Adam Oates.
If you're building if you're building a rugged third line that can go out there and shut down what's going to be another team's top line on a nightly basis, Kessler is a great start. I'm not sure who you put on his wings, but that's a great start. It's just a defensive center.
Yeah. I mean, we still got Curry, Kunitz, Rob Niedermayer, Andy McDonald, Travis Moen, Todd Marchant, for wingers. Marchand.
Niedermayer.
Still got Silverberg, Raquel. Yeah, that's true. The black and eggplant jersey inspired the late arrivals logo. Pretty
nice. Well, I think because if we do that Swedish fourth line, that would kind of cross them off. But if we had, I don't know. I do love Cogs. He was the Mr. Iron Man, except for George Peros.
Yeah.
ruining.
Yeah.
I don't
his
know. I mean,
streak.
do we Kessler, Cogliano, and I just had a third now. It went right out of my mind as soon as I started throwing that together.
Kunitz.
I was thinking Kunitz.
Kunitz on the left, and then
Oh, no,
Or
McDonald.
do you go with do you mix and match a little bit and go
Rob
with
Niedermayer.
I was going to say Travis Moen.
Ooh.
Travis Moen,
Always like a
Ryan
good
Kessler
Moen.
is another tough line right there.
yeah.
Tough pairing.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know.
Moen's got
I'm-
that championship pedigree.
Yeah.
He shows up when you need him.
Well, what if we did him, Andy McDonald, and Cogliano?
Add some scoring
Scratch
cuts.
Kessler.
Yeah, I don't know. I like McDonald better than Kessler.
Well, McDonald's a winger.
No, Andy McDonald was a center.
He was a center. Yeah, you can play. He played him at center.
Guarantee he was a center.
Yeah.
I'm
I wouldn't be angry with McDonald and Kunitz as a pairing, and then finding
Bump
somebody-
Kessler to the fourth line.
He was
Yeah,
a
the
left wing. He was a left wing center. So
Yeah, moving if Kunitz and McDonald are your third, and then your fourth line can be basically what the traditional third line is.
So what are we doing for the third line?
I say we go with that. McDonald and Kunitz, and we'll have Cogliano.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kunitz?
those are three. Those are three tough guys right there.
And then you're basically your PK is set right there.
you're right.
McDonald and what was the last one again? Kunitz, McDonald, and
Cogs.
Cogs.
Yeah, then we take that line and then just put Pronger
Sweet.
on there, and yeah, there's our PK line right there.
Put Justin Bieber against him, though. He'll be smoked.
All right, and then fourth line. How are we
Well,
starting?
as much as I love the Swedish line, I still love the Moen-Pahlsson-Niedermeyer.
Yeah,
I mean, how do we go wrong with that one? Really?
Yeah. Throw him
All
in
right.
there.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I'm with that.
Paulson.
The Swedes can be the black aces.
Yep,
who centered that line again?
Paulson.
Paulson,
Paulson.
and then Niedermayer and Moen.
Oh, guys, we forgot Nathan Ballou.
He was a defenseman, actually.
Oh, it's a name I haven't heard in a while. Oh,
I'm just glad nobody brought up Jeff Friesen.
Oh,
F that guy.
I tried to forget that name.
Yeah. All right. We got our forwards. So this is what we have. Line 1, Selanne, Ruchin, Kariya. Second line, Perry, Getzloff, Bobby Ryan. Third line, Kunitz, McDonald, Cogliano. And fourth line, Moen, Pahlsson, and Niedermayer.
Sounds pretty solid to me.
That's a very solid. I'm happy with any line that's on the ice at any given time.
Yeah. I'm happy
Absolutely.
with that too. All right. First pair for defense. I mean, do we go anywhere other than Niedermayer and Pronger?
No.
Okay.
no.
I was going to say, I would be curious to see what anyone else
Gudis
has
and
for that.
Truba.
Oh God, no.
That's gonna go with the Peros and
No.
Grimson line.
I got it. Boyu and Jacob Larson.
Oh, boy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'll take
God.
a Kevin Shattenkirk.
Oh,
I'd rather
and,
have
Jason
I'd rather have
Marshall.
Shatty than Larson.
Oh,
Freddie
Shattenkirk.
Olesen, the smiling Swede, always smiling after he got beat for a goal.
All right. So we got Niedermayer and Pronger is the first pair. Second pair, where do we want to go?
I don't know. I like Tverdovsky and Soleil. We'll just go with the classic.
I mean, what do you think, Doug?
I'm not a Tverdovsky guy. That's not my. No, I personally I wouldn't have him in my defense, but that's just me. That's my vote. I love Soleil, obviously.
Convince me otherwise. Then I mean, I definitely want Soleil.
Slay and Fowler.
I mean, there's enough guys. I think Soleil and Beauchemin, to me, is a tough pairing, but I get the offensive upside of Tverdovsky. You need somebody that can contribute a little bit more offensively, even though you've got two studs in Niedermayer and Pronger that are going to carry a lot of that. But I don't know. There was just something about Tverdovsky's game that bugged me for a long time. So that may be a personal bias.
What about a Beauchemin Hampus Lindholm line?
Ugh, I'm the same way as Doug is for him. That's how I was for Lindholm. I couldn't handle Lindholm's body language and his antics.
Yeah. You know, there's a guy that we haven't mentioned that goes way back. That's Keith Carney was a stud defenseman for a long time with the Ducks. And he wasn't a two-way guy, but he was a very solid defensive defenseman. And for a second pairing, if you wanted to go with him and Selanne, would be a rugged second line, big. I don't know how well they'd hold up to today's game, foot speed wise, but in the game where you could clutch, grab, slash, hook, and cross check, those guys were very good.
I mean,
So
unless you
their
want
penalty
to go,
minutes will be good.
And Sean O'Donnell, of course, helped us win a cup. So
unless you want to go off the wall and go with bring back what was it, Jason York?
Jeez.
I do not want to. I mean, my goodness.
I figured that one would throw someone.
Yeah.
Is that
I was
Cam
thinking-
York's father?
Oh, I hope
don't
not for his
know.
sake.
Because York was a Anaheim-based player. He grew up playing here, so
That could be.
Yeah.
That. Could be. Now, the other guy that I always have a soft spot for because of the cup run and how well he did everything. Kind of the Ruchin of defensemen was Joe DePenta. I loved that guy. He was just he focused on one thing, and that was defense. Get the puck out of his own zone, and that's all he cared about. And he was very good at it. But I don't know if he's on an all-time team, but I definitely wanted to mention him as just being a guy that is always going to be a legend for the Ducks.
Yeah.
Selanne is a staple on the second pairing. We know that. It's the who goes with him question.
would we rather have Beauchemin on second pairing or third pairing? I feel like you got to have Francois.
Oh, for sure. I think he's on the team. Best trade the Ducks may have ever made, other than Selanne, was getting him for Fedorov. I thought it was crazy at the time. You know, this guy can't even get on the ice for Columbus, and then he ended up being an icon in Anaheim. But that would be a solid pairing. I don't know if you're crossing out. Don't cross out Tverdovsky just because I don't like him personally. I mean, if that's who you guys decide on, I'm perfectly fine with that. He was a good player for a long time in this league.
I mean, Selanne and Trevor, they played well together, if I remember right? They were a pair, right?
I mean, that was the same era, so I don't know how much minutes. It's been long enough that I can't remember how many minutes they had together, but they were definitely same era and probably on similar on the line at the same time.
I know they played together at times. I don't know if they were an actual pairing together, but I know they've shared the ice together.
I feel like I don't know why this second pair defense is the hardest one to go for.
Well, it's hard with only 6D, and there's so many classics.
know.
We haven't even mentioned Josh Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do we throw out Bobby Dallas?
I mean, Shea Theodore.
Oh,
soon.
Oh, boy.
too soon, Doug. Too soon.
Brandon Montour.
Yeah.
If Theodore actually would have played one game, I would have considered him. But since he didn't, it's kind of hard to.
He played.
Did he?
played yeah.
He had a season.
Yeah, he had a.
He was like a main staple. He was like one of our best defensemen in that one playoffs.
It was between him and Montour for the Vegas, like giving up whatever it was where they like retained him. They retained Montour instead.
It was because I think Vegas was like, oh, we want was it Vatanen?
Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah. And they're like, no, we want to keep Vatanen, so we'll give you Theodore. And then that's why Vegas took Clayton Stoner.
And I think I was just so bitter on that trade, I forgot he even played.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was like one of our best defensemen. And, like he was scoring quite a bit of points for us in that one that playoff year.
Look at him now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he's a Stanley Cup champion with Vegas.
That's what
I mean,
happens when your GM is literally an alcoholic.
we could. I was gonna say we could make an all-time Ducks roster of players who left and became Stanley Cup champions right
Oh,
after.
100%.
Oh my god.
We'd have a whole
100%.
roster there.
Just watching this last year's playoffs, it was like every game involved at least 5 former Ducks.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
my God.
Homegrown too.
Yeah,
Torturous.
they all look great. Yeah, Sam Steele's coming up huge. What the hell? Where was that?
Right.
He can only score 6 goals for the Ducks, but everywhere else he goes, he can get
Yeah.
double digits. It's crazy.
Yeah, Stefan Nason suddenly is a stud player on the bottom 6.
Right.
What's going on here?
All right, so we have Soleil. Who's his pairing?
I would vote Beauchemin, but that's
That's what I
a
was
personal
gonna
bias
say.
against him.
Yeah. I'm good with Beauchemin.
All right, we'll go Bosch.
Francois. Good old Frank.
All right, third pair D. So we still got Manson,
Fowler and Manson.
Fowler Manson.
The
I mean,
only
they
other
work-
names I would throw out there would be Lindholm, who Kyle doesn't like. He took a parking spot from Kyle one time, and he hasn't forgotten.
Yeah, literally.
No, but Kevin Bieksa is another name that Kyle brought up earlier. That is he was a great defenseman for the Ducks as well. And like I
Bieksa
said, Sean
Manson.
O'Donnell was fantastic for the Ducks for many years. And you go back to the originals, Keith Carney, Bobby Dallas. There's some names from the way back, but all time, I don't know. Manson is pretty damn solid.
I was very upset when he left the team. That was a tough one because I thought he was someone the Ducks really could have used through all of this, but good for him for getting his cup.
Yeah, no, the as we talked about, the defense of former Ducks around the league, if you just brought them back, Manson, Montour, Theodore, Lindholm, Fowler. I mean, there is an insane defense if you're playing them right now.
Yeah.
So it's a shame that they let them all go and don't have a lot to show for it. But I'm happy with what they have going forward right now.
I know this is a name we haven't said yet. Vitaly Wisniewski.
Vitaly Wisniewski.
Vitaly, I see him
that's
every day at the rink. The guy's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah,
I'd put him out there.
yeah, he was.
He might punch me if next time I see him. Why didn't you put me on your team? Rip me in half.
I'm just like, look, I'm like, wow, that's someone else we haven't said yet.
Yeah,
Wisniewski.
Yeah, he was a good one. We could go with the Russian combo of Tverdovsky and Wisniewski.
Get some old school. That would be good. Bring some heat.
Yeah,
If they get stuck out there with our fourth line, people might cry.
I'm crying just watching.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even having just Vitaly and Fowler, I think that would be an interesting combo to have as a third pairing.
Yeah, I feel like Fowler deserves a spot for what he put up with and how productive he still was. I think we're doing him a disservice if we don't have him.
And honestly, looking at the guys we picked, we need somebody that can contribute some offense.
Put him on the power play.
We've got forward defensemen, or the second pairing is not going to contribute a lot.
Well, I don't know. The Bush bomb is pretty nasty.
It was pretty good, but I mean, Niedermayer, Pronger are going to be those guys are going to be playing 25 minutes a night. So,
easily, if not 30.
And they're still not even sweating.
Right. So, and that's that's a great. So the other two lines are playing 10, 15 minutes and give you great.
So we're doing Vitaly and Fowler as the last pair.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, those are two Ducks.
I'm glad I was like looking like who else played defense for the Ducks, and I was like, oh my god, how did we forget him?
Yep.
All right, starting goalie. This is gonna be the toughest one of the night.
Yeah. Let's see. Who do we got?
Who's up?
Chad Johnson.
Well, I got his glove right here.
Billy Huso.
Jason LaBarbera. Let's go with
I remember
my
LaBarbera.
boy Jason LaBarbera.
Hey.
Was it
ready to go?
What was this? I can't remember his first name.
Mikhail Stalenkov.
Do we have a guy Gerber?
Martin Gerber.
Martin
Oh,
Gerber.
Geez,
Yeah,
that's a
Gerber
name I haven't
baby.
heard.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've had some incredible. The Ducks have been very lucky. I guess very good at drafting, developing, and retaining talent at
Yeah.
goalie from
Mhm.
day one. And you look at teams like Philadelphia and Buffalo that are struggling to find a goalie. And man, the Ducks have always, even the years of Jonas Hiller and there was a guy I'm blanking on his
Victor
name.
Fash.
Victor Fost. Yeah, he was another one.
Thank you, Chris, from Late Arrivals.
Yes, that was another guy.
Good contribution. Should have been on the pod with us.
No, he was another guy that just came in and gave him solid goaltending for a couple of years. And I mean, Freddie Anderson came and went, and has had a great career since then. But yeah, that's obviously it's J.S. Shiger, the greatest Duck of all time as far as his
whose number should be retired, by the way.
Yeah,
one of my favorite J.S. Shiger moments was it was a little like PR thing, and Getzlaf was in practicing, and this is after Shiger had left the team, and he came and took Getzlaf's car and completely moved it. And Getzlaf comes out and just pissed, like, "Where's my car?" It's like his Lambo or something, completely gone.
Oh, that was one of the greatest pranks ever.
I gotta find that video. I gotta rewatch that one. I remember that though. That was
Oh,
hilarious.
just watching Getzlaf just lose his mind of thinking his car got stolen at the rink was the greatest.
Every security guard got fired that day.
There was that one security guard, so worth it.
Right.
You just see the guy. He's just counting the hundreds that freaking Shiger gave him to not just counting. Yeah, it's all there. All right, we just need a backup goalie now.
I mean, I picked Anderson because of he had the highest save percentage of all Ducks goaltenders, but was a flash in the pan when he was here.
I mean, we all had good backup picks when we all set our teams, and now we just got to work together and find this last one.
Did you guys all have Guy Bear?
I had Guy Bear.
I had Hiller.
I had Hebert, yeah, as well. Hebert is just literally the original Duck. It's where it started.
Yeah.
The first guy, and he was a great goalie on some really bad teams. My goodness.
Yeah.
I heard he's pretty good with the media too.
Yeah, what's he doing these days? We don't hear from him very often.
I know. It's a shame.
Would love to have him incorporated back in the Ducks family.
I do.
He looks great for a guy that is his age.
He
looks
right?
fantastic.
I do have his autograph though. He's one of the nicest guys too.
Yeah,
he'll come and talk to you after like they do their segment. He'll come and talk to people, and yeah, I've seen him at the rink. Super nice guy. Love him.
I've told this story on the Puck podcast many times, but when I was working at Fox Sports in the late 90s, the National Sports Report was on Fox Sports Net back then, and we had a cameraman that did not know anything about hockey. And the talent gave a highlight of the game. I think he was, I forget who Guy was playing for at the time. And he said the name Guy Hebert. And the cameraman looked over to me, who was working to his left, and said, "Gay bear?" And I said, no, not a gay bear, he a bear. Oh, but his confusion of just gay bear.
Are you allowed to say that on air?
Bear? Yeah, guy's name is Gay Bear. No, he a bear.
I had a friend that said that they were a Ducks fan. I was like, really? Who was the first pick? They're like, oh, Guy Herbert. I'm like, yeah, you're not a fan.
Guy Herbert.
They're a fan that's red,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you're not a fan.
Yeah.
But I mean, even just thinking about like a lot of the guys that came through the Duck system at some point or another. I mean, you got Ron Tugnutt that played with the Ducks. I mean, Anthony Stolars was a great backup to Gibson for years, and look what he did in Florida and Toronto. Yeah. I mean, you got Ryan Miller. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, Chad Johnson had a couple of games played. Obviously Gibson is up there. Victor Foch. There's a lot of like solid goaltending talent that has come through Anaheim or even started in Anaheim. It's kind of hard to really pick that backup outside of Shiger because I mean Anderson is having had a having a great career. So he's one you could look at. Like I said, Hiller's another one. I mean, Hebert's just, the duck that everyone thinks of,
Right.
like, I mean, you even had, Anton Hudobin. Like, it's kind of
Thomas-
hard to think of
Thomas
like,
Hodges.
I
There we go.
forgot we had Hudobin. That's
And we didn't go with that that goon line on the fourth line of Peros and Grimson and Burnett. So maybe we go a little bit of a goon with our backup goalie and go with Ray Emery. That man loved to fight.
hey.
That man loved to fight, loved to drop the gloves, had the boxers
He
on the
did.
helmet, and
he did.
him on the bench would be policing things. He had no problem getting thrown out of a game as a backup goalie, leaving the bench.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
also forgetting someone that was at both Duck and King, but his time with the Ducks, he got us into the playoffs, was Jonathan Bernier.
Yeah.
Bernier
But
was
I'm
solid.
not considering him as the backup, but I'm just saying that's another,
Yeah.
like, his time with the Ducks was pretty good, actually.
I
No,
mean,
it was.
out of that list, Ryan Miller, I feel like, is one that deserves
Ryan Miller.
not necessarily an honorary cup, but that guy having to be stuck in Buffalo and how much effort and how well he played, it breaks your heart that he didn't have the success that he deserved. But talk about someone like when Miller was in net, you're like, oh, we're solid, we're good.
Yeah. No,
He was a fantastic backup.
I loved his attitude too. Like he's just a funny, like just a great guy. I see him at the rinks as well. Just a cool guy. He's a straight up hockey dad now.
honestly, I'm good putting Ryan Miller as the backup to Jiggy.
I wouldn't mind that.
Done.
All right.
Solid gents.
All right. Don't forget Ollie Eriksson Ek. I knew every time he started for the goals, I'm like, oh, we lost.
Well, I mean, Anthony Stolars, that guy's always looking good.
Stolarz.
I don't know. I met Stolars a couple of times when he was with the goals, and he would come out to Ontario, and I would talk to him because goalie to goalie, and I don't know. I'm a little biased towards him, but I mean, he looked really good backing up Bobrovsky in Florida, and he had a hell of a season with Toronto. I mean, hopefully it only gets better for him. I mean, it also helps when you're 6'6" off the ice and then 7'5" on the ice.
Massive. I'm glad we have Dostal though instead of him.
Yeah,
Dostal.
Much better choice.
I mean, Gibson is another guy that deserved better from the Ducks, and
yeah.
But my goodness, what a battler for so many years! And the last time he was the last Duck remaining that knows what it's like to play in the playoffs with Anaheim. So,
it's like people like when his trade came around and stuff. There's a lot of fans being like, "Well, he's injury prone, all this stuff." I'm like, because he was saving 50 pucks a game.
Yeah,
you'd be injured too.
I mean, you would think that the way the Ducks overused him, you would think he played 82 games a year for like 8 years.
And I think each time he got injured, someone ran into him this year. Like people were just like bulldozing him.
There was no protection.
There was that one game where he was just getting hit like the whole game. I'm like, if I was on the defense, I tell you, I'm beating up those people that are hitting my goalie.
That's probably why they went and picked up Trouba. They're like, what is our D doing, bro?
No, Trouba was on the team when this was going on. I was like, come on, you gotta protect your goalie.
It's an unwritten rule. Don't touch the goalie.
Yep.
And Ray Emery would have taken care of that.
Gibson had a hot streak too, man. He wasn't afraid to.
He tried to have a couple goalie fights.
I was there at that King. I'm never gonna forgive those refs for ruining that goalie fight against the Kings.
That was so close.
I was there, and it was my cousin's first ever hockey game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I just see Gibson like skating to the center. I stood up. I was like, oh my god. I was like freaking out. I'm like, I'm gonna see a goalie fight live, and the refs ruined it. I'm like, I'll never. Those refs will forever be on my shit list.
I remember I was at the Rain game. I had the Ducks game streaming on my phone, and I was like, I was more interested in my phone and like, oh, they're gonna do it. And like everyone's looking at me. It's like the game's not that exciting. I think this one is.
This one is. It's like intermission at the Rain, and Adam's like, oh my god. All right, so we got our team now. Let's go over it again. So line 1, Selanne, Ruchin, Kariya. Second line, Perry, Getzlaff, Ryan. Third line, Kunitz, McDonald, Cogliano. Fourth line, Moen-Pahlsson-Niedermeyer. First pair defense, Niedermayer, Pronger. Second pair, Soleil, Beauchemin. And third pair, Vitali and Fowler. And then starting goalie, Shiger. Backup, Ryan Miller.
That's a solid team.
I like it.
I mean, do we say that team competes with the 80s Oilers?
I mean, we can have that confidence.
Yeah.
If we're as drunk as Bob Murray, sure.
What rules are we playing as? In the 80s, they're going to get their asses kicked.
Yeah, absolutely.
In today's game, I think I like our chances with the speed and skill.
They're looking a little Florida Panther-y.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to go back to that, we're definitely going to have to get that Stu Grimson and Peros lineup.
That might be the top line.
As long as Ross Johnson stays away from this team, I'm happy.
Oh, come on.
Right. You'll have to make a graphic and send it on over, Cody, because that'll be. I can't even remember what we said just now.
I got to save
it.
I got it saved right here. I got it all written down. I can text it to you.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yes, send it to me too.
Yeah. Well, we still need to come up with a power play unit and a PK unit.
Well,
let me
throw out before we do the special teams. Let me throw out something that Cody didn't ask for, but I'm going to do anyway, and that's the trade deadline acquisition, and that's Steve Thomas.
Ooh.
Because he was the greatest trade deadline acquisition the Ducks have ever had. He completely changed that season. Stan Chistov became a great player with Steve Thomas. He was lights out for him for 3 months, and then we never saw him again. So I remember him fondly, but that I loved Stumpy when he got back. When he
definition of a rental.
Yeah, perfect rental.
Someone else that was good after we picked him up, but then he was just injury prone right after was oh god, I just had the name and it left me. We got him from Dallas. Oh god, what was his name? He I had it and then I lost it.
You know who we forgot?
Oh, Patrick Eves.
I was gonna mention Eves earlier, and then he got sick.
Yeah, like that was a great trade deadline pickup. He was so good for us after that, and then he just wasn't on the ice after that anymore. But that was just such a great pickup at that time.
He had like a disease, like someone with his balance or something. It was
rare disease. I remember going to I went to a Ducks practice as member of the media, I think the following fall, and he was out there and he came out afterwards. And I was getting ready to, Patrick Eves is on the ice. I was getting ready to put it on, and they asked me not to because he was not going to play again, and they knew that. But he was just going out there to try and stay in shape and keep his spirits up that he was trying to fight back.
Yeah.
But it was really tough to see him because you could see the spirit was willing, but the flesh was just not there for him, unfortunately.
That was because we had Eves and Kessler both basically went down like at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And there was so much promise with him, Getzlaff, Kessler. Like you were like, we have these three solid staples right here, and then they just went like that.
Yeah, that's one that you wonder what if, and that same thing with the what if Niedermayer and Selanne don't fake retirement after winning the cup. And, God, yeah, I mean we love them both, but they killed the Ducks the next season with that. And that was brutal. That was brutal. So those two are the ones that I just wonder. I think the Ducks could have had multiple cups if those two things don't happen because those perfect fits. And that 2014 year is one that I still lament the Western Conference final against Nashville. That was such an opportunity.
So close.
Was that 2014? 2014 we lost to the LA.
Or was it 17?
Or 16.
Wherever it was when we lost to the Western Conference final to the Predators.
That was 16.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Because the Penguins won the Stanley Cup that year, whichever year it was.
Was it 16 or
the Ducks were loaded.
I want to say it was 17.
I was 17.
They were ready.
It was after the comeback on Catella.
Yeah.
And we thought they were going to go, and then they choked.
I was like, 14 we lost to LA.
Yeah. the game 7. I just talked about that with Eddie.
Oh, there you go.
I talked about it on another on another podcast. I think it was Later Rivals where I told him that after that, my one guy said F Selanne, and my dad's like, "Get the hell out of my house." My dad kicked him out of the house after that because I was devastated because it was Selanne's last game.
Yeah,
and,
that was tough.
and stuff like that. He was like, "Yeah, fuck that guy." And then my dad's like, "Get out of my house."
You don't say that.
Yeah, you don't.
Although the end of the regular season, 2014, the last regular season game, Selanne's last home game in there, and Jaguar. That was one of my favorite moments in Ducks history when Selanne and Jaguar made the victory lap one last time
together.
I was at that game and
I wanted to be.
Loved it. That moment needed to happen, and I'm glad it did. All right, let's get to the special teams.
Special
Andre
teams.
Kasha. Oh, not that special.
Well, if we're talking about special teams, I guess Ross Johnson should be on there too.
Yeah.
That's another callback right there.
Yeah.
When he was on the ice, it was great.
When
Yeah, exactly.
So
All right.
2016, 2017 was the conference finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate
Hey.
Nashville for that still.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all right, power play 1.
I'm still
believe we
bitter
have-
about New Jersey in 2003.
Yeah.
same.
Again, that's why I hate Jeff Friesen.
See, it's funny. Like when people like nowadays, like I still figured, in my eyes as a longtime Ducks fan, I still consider the Red Wings as a rival.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
from all
Yeah.
those playoff appearances against them.
I think everyone considers the Red Wings a rival. No one
But, I mean,
likes them.
but the Ducks and Red Wings always had great playoff series.
Yeah.
against
That's
each other.
why I was rather bitter when Gibson went to Detroit. I was like, why? Like, pick another team, I would have been okay. But you send Gibson to Detroit.
For me, it's like Detroit, Chicago, and Nashville.
Like Eddie and I were talking about it, and we're like, it's crazy how the Kings and Ducks have only met once in the playoffs. And that was that 2014. And it's like, because we were talking about the rivalry and whether it's good or not. And I was telling him, I think there's more bitterness between San Jose than the Kings at this point. It's
Mhm.
more the fans that are rivals than the team.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have them in the playoffs against each other.
Yeah, freaking Eddie tortured the Locked On San Jose guy by bringing him on and then talking about that. I'm like, wow, that's pure torture.
That's Eddie.
But Eddie cracks me up though. I like how whenever he brings up our podcast, he always like, yeah, the father's a Kings fan, the son, yeah, he's something else. It cracks me up every time I listen to it. It's hilarious to me.
I don't like the Kings at all. I don't
Yeah.
watch the Kings. They don't exist to me unless the Ducks are playing them. I don't pay any attention to them.
Back
But
to back this year.
But I hate the Golden Knights.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
It's my son's favorite team, and it kills me.
The only reason I somewhat pay attention to the Kings is just because I live in San Bernardino, and Ontario is right down the street. So I have season tickets to the Reign because it's local hockey, and of course I support the goals every time they come in. But that's about the only reason I pay attention to the Kings, and it's more their minor league system because I'm there 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
The amount
That's
of
a great-
times I've had to hear, "We got Marner" from my son has been
You are grounded.
pretty much. Turn the Xbox off.
I think it's time to teach your son what a throat punch is.
Oh, I'm sure he knows.
I changed the Wi-Fi password.
Speaking of which, we never mentioned Wild Bill Carlson, a guy that did,
Yeah.
for the Ducks.
Yeah.
They
So,
won.
I know.
Did he play really any? He played what, one or two games?
No, he played more
He
than
played
that.
a-
No,
Oh,
He played a decent.
Because he was a trade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't part of the OG.
No, he was but he was a good player, but just never would have thought he would become what he is.
Oh,
So-
the 20 games, 40 games. Looks like around 40 games.
Yeah, I wasn't when he left. I wasn't like, oh my god, how did we let that guy go? But
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a hockey scout.
All right. For the third time, we need a power play unit.
All right,
Oh, that's
I'm
what we're doing?
going pure talent. I'm going Kariya, Getzlaf, Selanne. I like a distributor. I like 2 finishers, and that's my forwards. And then if you don't have Niedermayer, Pronger, I don't know what you're doing on that power.
Yeah.
That's 2
No,
quarterbacks.
so we're doing 3-2, or we're not going to do 4 forwards and 1 defenseman.
I don't know how you take Niedermayer or Pronger off the ice.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, who's going
Pronger
to be
had
the?
that.
Yeah.
I mean, Pronger had that, that massive slap shot that definitely got him a lot of goals, or at least gave him the rebound. And you have Getzlaf there in the middle to, battle it out and pick up that
Move the
rebound.
puck.
And yeah, like
Yep.
it's hard to take Niedermayer and Pronger off, because I mean, Pronger technically is going to be a little bit more offense than Niedermayer, but then you definitely have Niedermayer's that stay-at-home defenseman to back up just in case something were to happen. Yeah, I can't argue with that power play right there.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
got
That's a
some
solid
bomb
unit.
from the point, and you got 2 guys that will be defensively responsible. And Niedermayer can track anybody down. If somebody
Yeah.
gets loose going the other way, he'll definitely track them down.
Yeah,
I'd say he could play a 5-minute power play and not get off.
100%. 100%.
and
Yeah.
still not break a sweat.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, PK unit.
I like Cogliano and
Wouldn't it
Boschman.
just be? Wouldn't it pretty much be our 4th line with?
Moen-Pahlsson, Niedermayer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
Moen-Pahlsson, Niedermayer. Or we probably need 2 and 2, huh? But Paulson, Niedermayer.
I mean,
Selanne?
unless we put Cogliano in there, because Cogliano is good about getting to both sides of the ice, especially with that speed. He can always get back and help out the defenseman. So I mean, if I'm trying to think of who do we take out in that 3rd or that 4th line.
Well,
Well,
we need a center.
I think you need Paulson. So I think Paulson Cogliano is a pretty good combo as far
Yeah.
as
because you need a center.
Yeah, mobility and defensive responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Paulson, Selanne, Cogliano. I don't know, who do we put 4th?
It'd
I
have
like-
to be. Well, go ahead, Kyle.
I was gonna say I like Boschman as a killer. He was always solid.
Yeah, or Pronger. Honestly,
Yeah.
Or
that guy is going to clear the crease. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
And
So we want to do Pronger?
Yeah, Pronger would be good.
Yeah.
You guys want to do a second units too? Still got a little
yeah,
bit
you
of time.
can't. You can't. Yeah, we got that. Go right ahead.
All right, power play unit 2. What do you guys want to go with?
Well, who's your center? I guess it's McDonald. I guess it's Andy McDonald, and Corey Perry is probably your other forward.
Yeah.
The net front presence.
Do we go younger and bring in Troy Terry?
Well, Troy Terry's not even on the team.
Is Raquel on the roster?
No.
Okay.
So we could probably do
Bobby Ryan. Put
Yeah.
Ryan, Perry, and McDonald.
Perry. What was it, McDonald.
Who are
Fowler
other
is defense?
Yeah, Fowler and
Screw it. Let's bring in Cogliano. We'll do a 4-1 for the PK or PP2.
Who's the other forward?
Cogs.
Well, we got Kunitz as well.
Yeah.
Kunitz. Yeah.
I mean, who's the sniper on that group? We got
Perry or Ryan?
probably
Didn't McDonald
Ryan.
McDonald have a nice shot on him?
Yeah, he did. Ryan probably,
had
yeah.
the skill though.
Yeah.
Why do I was thinking of having Ruchin just staying in front of the goalie the whole time?
Yeah, that didn't work out for well. Is Ray Bork on the ice? Because that's the that was the start of his concussion problems.
Or just put Sean Avery
Cross-checked him in the back.
I just saw that video of Sean Avery just in front of Brodeur just the whole time.
Well, if you got Ruchin or Perry, I mean Perry's become the perfect net front guy at this point. in his
Yeah.
career.
So we can just
He's
leave
always
Perry
been the
there.
worm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Perry,
I like-
McDonald, Ryan, Kunitz.
Who else we got on D other than Fowler?
We still have Soleil,
Fowler, Soleil,
Bolshemon.
Vishnevsky.
and
Yeah.
Vishnevsky.
I mean, it's got to be a 4-1 at that point with Fowler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You might even move Fowler to the top line to make Niedermayer the 1. Because he's
Yeah.
a rover on that second one that could be he can do everything on defense.
and
Actually,
Fowler
that's-
gets shots through.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Yeah.
So you want to switch?
Yeah. Switch Fowler for line 1.
So who am I taking off at line 1? Pronger.
Niedermeyer.
No, Niedermayer
Niedermayer?
down to 2.
Yeah. Put Niedermeyer power play 2. Yeah, because he's a perfect defenseman for a 4-1 system.
Yeah.
Who's our third line center?
We have McDonald.
And he's already on the power play.
Yeah.
We were considering him for this one.
It's either Kunitz or Cogliano to go with
Yeah.
Ryan, McDonald, and Perry.
I think Kunitz had more offensive to his game than Cogs.
That's how I think Kunitz would be a little bit more solid than I like Cogs as a killer, but
And we already got Cogs on the PK1, so do
Yeah.
we want to overuse them that much?
Well, I was
Not
just thinking I was just thinking Cogs because he had that speed to get back and help defense if needed.
Yeah, but we got Niedermayer for that now.
yeah.
That's true.
So I think Kunitz would be solid.
Yeah. I'm good with Kunitz on that one.
All right. Second PK unit.
What was the
I mean,
first
got to
one
be
again?
Soleil Beauchemin on defense.
Yeah.
I would be
Yeah.
surprised if we.
Well, Soleil's already on the first pair.
Oh well, then Vishnevsky and Beauchemin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Tolly and Boschemon. And then the two forwards,
who was the first two pair?
Cogs and Pahlsson.
Then we're going Moen-Niedermeyer and Niedermayer
Yeah.
at center.
Moen Niedermeyer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Because Rob's gonna do his business.
Yeah.
Yep. And if we need an empty netter, Rob Niedermayer's our guy.
You.
As long as it's not Ryan Strom. He can't hit an empty net to save his life.
It moves.
Yeah. I could have swore it moved.
I'm one to talk. I missed an empty net the other day at my
Oh,
hockey game.
I'm probably one to. I have never played a single second of hockey, so I'll probably miss horribly.
I had a chance at an empty net one time. I dumped it in the corner and went for a change.
Yay, there you go. left.
The only
Change.
opportunity I've ever had at an empty net is I was in high school and I was a goalie, and I slung it down the
Oh.
ice and hit the outside of the post.
Oh,
Dang.
No,
GGs.
the worst part was I started celebrating because it looked like it was going and it kind of
Oh.
slowly tapered off.
All
Caught
right.
an edge.
Now we just got one big question: who's going to coach this team?
Ooh. Joel Quinville.
I can tell you who's not going to coach it.
Greg Cronin.
That is damn correct.
Dallas Eakins.
He's.
I mean,
Greg
I'd rather
Cronin
have
is
him.
not even allowed in the arena.
Oh man, his postseason quotes had me dying. It was everyone else's fault.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
ne-
I mean,
never-
the
never
Ducks
the
have had
coach.
some great coaches, but I
Mhm.
want nothing to do with a lot of them.
It sucks
Mike
that Randy
Babcock.
Carlisle was the Stanley Cup champion, but I would not want him back.
No,
I mean, there's one name that comes to mind for me that doesn't have as much controversy as the ones that took us to the Stanley Cup is Bruce Boudreau.
Yeah, you
Love
can't
Bruce.
go wrong with him. But we're not going to win in the playoffs with him. So
That's true.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna be up 3-2 and lose.
We'll
game
win a
6 and
ribs
7.
eating contest, but that's about it.
he's your regular season coach, and then you switch him out. You fire him at the end of the regular.
I wouldn't mind that. So
I've
we'll,
been- I've been
we'll
calling
start
for
with
teams to do
Boudreaux,
that
and then
for years.
Quenneville will take over after that.
You know, I've been saying teams
Bring
need to
in
do
a-
that for years.
bring in a playoff
have
ringer.
co-head coaches.
A coach ringer.
Well, I mean, he dealt a lot with the expansion and the early Ducks, but I mean, Ron Wilson was a pretty solid coach to get us where we were. I mean, imagine if he actually had the talent to go with it, where he could have led the team.
Yeah, he got the Capitals to a Stanley Cup, and
Yeah.
that was not a very good roster. So you put him with this roster, I think he'd do good things for sure.
So we're gonna go with Ron Wilson as the head coach.
I
feel
got
like
nothing.
he's-
Yeah, Ron
yeah, he's
Wilson's
pretty-
great.
Medium there.
Yeah,
All right.
he's at
Not
least
bad,
not
not
a.
terrible.
He's at least not a rectum like some of the guys we got in our coaching history.
Yeah. I mean, Carlisle got us the cup. I mean, Boudreaux did a solid job in the season, but he could never get the playoffs going. But I imagine if you actually had, Ron Wilson with this talented roster, I mean, I could only imagine what he could have done as a coach, especially, I mean, with what he did with, the Capitals and getting them to the cup.
Yeah, that expansion year, that team was terrible on paper,
Yeah.
and they played very well on the ice. So, and that was a lot of Ron Wilson and Guy Bear.
Yeah.
All right. And just for the hell of it, we can have fun with it. General manager. Is it? I mean, did we pick Brian Burke?
I'll drink to that.
Berkey.
I feel like he would probably be the best pick for this.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, that's another guy that a what if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if he didn't want to spend more time with his family? Wink. I mean, what an absolute for a guy that had as much character and preached as much accountability as he did. What an absolutely chicken bleep way of going out, man. Just lying to us for months. And we all knew the Toronto job was available. Just be honest.
Right?
There's an original 6 job. I want to take that. They're going to pay me more. Okay. Nobody's going to blame you. But come on, man.
Well, then Kyle Dubas did the reverse. He's like, oh, I want to spend time with my family out of Toronto, and then went to Pittsburgh.
That's right. That's right.
And look how well he's done there.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, do we just go with Brian Murray as our GM?
Oh, gosh. There'll be a rise in vodka stock.
Yeah, that's true.
Not
That is
Bob
true.
Murray. Brian Murray.
Oh, Brian Murray. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because Brian Murray is the one that was there when we went to the
03.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we want to do Brian Murray or Brian Burke?
No, Burke is
I think Burke,
the guy to me.
Yeah.
Brian Murray
Burke.
is a very
Like-
underrated and forgotten man in Ducks history.
Yeah.
That 03 combo of him and Mike Babcock were fantastic.
He could be the assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
give you
Bob Murray sullied Brian Murray's reputation.
that. Right.
I mean, I like this team.
That's solid.
Yeah,
what we put together here.
I'm anxious to see what they do in the simulation. I hope they do well.
Yeah.
I hope we do well too. But I mean, we don't have any Gets or Gretzky's or Roboties. But I mean, I think this is a pretty solid team.
We gotta get
all
shut down
around.
for that.
Yeah, we got plenty of people to shut down on that.
Well, but how many times have they put like an all-star lineup together and then the lineup fails because they're not used to playing together as a team? At least with the Ducks, I mean, we have 2-3 lines that have actually played with each other and produced. So I mean,
Well,
I think
I
the
they all-
chemistry is going to look better.
I mean,
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
the only line, our forward lines that didn't play together was maybe our third line with did Kunitz, McDonald, and Cogliano ever play together?
No.
No,
other than that-
Cognizant's late.
Other than that,
Yeah.
I mean, we had the probably one of the best first lines in Ducks history with Selanne, Ruchin, and Kariya. They played
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Perry gets off Ryan. They played together. And our fourth line was one of the best probably one of the best bottom 6 lines ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I said, our third line's the only one that really didn't play together, but we we made it so that way they would be all their chemistry. We think their chemistry would work well together.
Yeah.
And then we got Niedermayer, Pronger as our top pair. I mean, come on.
Yep.
And then we the way we made our defensive pairs, we put like a good defenseman with a good offensive touch to it, good chemistry there. And then we got Shiger.
Yeah.
And Miller.
Yep.
So I said we may not have like the best players, but I think our team will work together really well.
Oh, there's no doubt the chemistry is there. And the that third line, that's the bottom shelf line, man. Those guys they're not tall, but they are good players. Kunitz, McDonald, and Cogliano are
hey,
those
I
are
like our
tough
short
little bastards.
Go ahead,
Adam. No, go ahead, Kyle.
I was just gonna say, like, and we have all of our lines. We have success in different generations too, so it's not like old school or only new school. It's pretty good fluctuation.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, it's like with us, it's almost like the great Herb Brooks saying, it's like you don't need the best players on the team or the ice. You need the right team, and I think we actually have the right team.
Yeah.
You don't have enough talent to win on talent alone.
Exactly.
You know what would be an interesting thing, Cody, is picking the opposite squad. We picked the Kings roster. They picked the Ducks roster. They have to be players that played for each team, but you pick the worst possible lineup for each team.
Honestly,
that'd be a fun
great
simulation.
idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
That would be a fun simulation right there.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. We should definitely do
Bottom
that
of the
one.
barrel.
Yeah.
They're definitely getting Sean Avery on their top line. I can tell you that.
Oh god.
Speaking of Sean Avery, he has a cameo in the new Happy Gilmore.
Oh, that was
right next to
was
Chris
so
Chelios.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great. I loved it.
You know what's
for
funny?
a sequel, it was good.
Yeah, like I said, it was funny. It was a bad movie, but it was funny. That last part, the ending, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to playing the game on my phone.
It's not as great as the first one, but it was a solid sequel.
Yeah. Then it's funny because like
a lot worse.
I listened to quite a few Ducks not Ducks, like hockey podcasts, like Empty Netters, and what they all did reviews on it, but no one talked about Sean Avery or Chris Chelios being in it, and how all of Happy Gilmore's sons were named after hockey players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was like, because I've been kind of following golf more recently than late, and it's the amount of like actual real life issues that have happened in golf that they like had callbacks to were hilarious. That had me crying laughing. They did good with that.
I was cracking up over that.
I did top golf for the first time last night. I broke a club.
Oh, fun.
I hit it so hard, I think the bottom of the club went farther than the ball.
Nice.
I could have swore, but because we couldn't find the club, because I swung and I was like, wow, this thing feels light. And I looked, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, but I hit more grounders than anything else, than line drives. But it was so sad because I finally found that 3-wood that I was actually hitting line drives with. And after the 5th swing, that's when it snapped. I was like, oh. So I was like, all right, well, there goes my night. But it was so much fun. I would definitely do that again.
If you want to have a fun time, Cody, we got the Patriots hockey 4th annual golf tournament. It's going to be out in Temecula, September 21st. So
I know, but why you got to do it in the Duluth area? There's no cell service in that area. I was just up there yesterday for work.
It's so you get disconnected.
So by the way, when you're going down Rancho, California, Adam, I don't know if any of you guys are also Marvel fans. When you're on Rancho, California, look to your left and you'll see the Hulkbuster at one of the houses.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, he has like a jet, and it's like an Airbnb kind of house. They're actually one of our customers for propane. That's the reason I know. And yeah, if you look to your left,
what's
see
the address, real quick? Little docs.
Yes. But yeah, you can see the Hulkbuster suit just out there in the open.
Nice.
Dang.
Yeah, looks cool. I was like, I want that. If I could fit it into my little Chevy Malibu, then I could probably take it home with me.
Just tie it down
I-
on the roof.
There you go.
I got my Dodge Ram. I can carry it.
Oh, there we go. I'll try to be at that golf. I mean, you're not that. It's not that far from me, so I'll try to come by and I'll cause chaos where you're with your stuff, like how you cause chaos here.
I don't know. We were floating around the idea of maybe having you and your dad come out, and it'll have to be a pre-recorded show, but maybe do like a special royally clacked out there on the golf course and
I would love that.
interview the hockey players, the golfers, all that stuff. So
Yeah,
something like that might be fun.
I'm down.
I mean, Kyle, if you guys want to come out and do that as well, I mean, I got no problem getting
Just
you
the
guys out there.
caveat, I do play for Guardians, so I don't want any trouble there.
It's like I said before, it's like we've had our issues in the past, but a lot of us have gotten over that and past that. And a lot of the issues that were there have been removed from both organizations. So
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
I don't have any issues. There's still a lot of guys on the San Diego Guardians that I love and, hang out with regularly. Like in 3 weeks, the weekend of the 22nd, they have the Stay Classy tournament every year. It's the 3-on-3. I mean, I see a lot of the Guardians guys. That's why I got my dim bums Stay Classy jersey on today.
Nice.
So I mean, I'm gonna see a lot of the Guardians guys excuse me, from San Diego out there, and it's always a good time. I mean, a lot of us have made up and hang out over the years. It's just now it's just kind of that fun little rivalry of Guardians Patriots. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do the Vegas tournament during Veterans? Which there's a Ducks Vegas game that weekend too in Vegas.
I know. I'm hoping the schedule actually works out, because every time that I go out to Vegas with because I'm with the LA Patriots team, every time we go and there's a hockey game, like they schedule us a late game. It's like, really?
Right in the middle of it. Well, when do we find out about the Kings roster?
That'll be next week's.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we'll have a battle royale.
A little battle royale. I don't know how I'm going to simulate it. I hope I can find a way. Because the person that reached out that did it last year for us, his Instagram is no longer a user.
Oh.
I tried looking it up and he gone. So I was like, oh, that's great.
A Russian bot.
Yeah.
I'll have to look. My son and I have on NHL 25, we've created the entire 2019 NHL roster, at least based off of like what rosters we could find.
Oh wow.
And all through create a player. And of course I am the one who has to do the footwork and do all the build and find the face and find the hair and the size and everything. But yeah, we've done like the entire league. We've replaced into the 2019 roster.
That must have taken a while.
It basically like months.
Wow. I could imagine,
because like that's what we did last week. We did what if the NHL did a March Madness style playoff tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm actually surprised nobody really guessed before. Because Adam, you were tuning in, you were watching, you were listening live and everything.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting. I know it's going to be a spoiler for some people, but it's been out for almost a week now. But the Wild won the whole thing.
Dang.
Never would have thought that.
It's all about one game.
Yeah.
I was
well, because I did what I did was I did it by division. So because you can only do 16 teams in a playoff format on NHL 25.
Mm-hmm.
So I played the number 8 versus the number 1 in the Metro, and then just did it for each division. I think it was the Wild won the Central, Seattle won the Pacific. The Ducks did something the Kings can never do and beat the Oilers in the first round.
Seattle.
Yeah, I was cracking up that the Ducks played Oilers in the first round and then beat them in the first round. I was like, hey, we did something the Kings couldn't do. And then Kings lose to Seattle. And then was it Tampa won, and then I forgot who won the Metro. But like I said, it was fun. I think it was New Jersey won it.
Nice.
So it was a fun thing because I came up with that like right around the March Madness. I was like, I wonder what if the NHL did like that kind of tournament? That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, but I know you and then Doug, you guys are doing that all draft. If teams only kept their drafted players, that's a great. I had that idea. I was like, was like, how am I going to do that? And then you guys are doing. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. Okay.
Yeah, it shows which teams draft well, whether they retain the players or not, which teams draft well and which teams don't. And some teams do not. San Jose is not a good team at drafting players.
No.
My goodness.
No.
But the Ducks have one of the better rosters around the league, I got to say. They're, like I said, their defense alone is elite.
Yeah.
Well, it was the Blues had a good team. There was
Boston's
another one.
pretty solid.
You had another one that was Utah had a really good one too.
Utah, going back to Arizona, obviously, but
Yeah.
Dallas is good. Chicago, pretty good. Winnipeg, surprisingly good. Yeah. Edmonton, not good either. They got obviously the best 2 players in the world, but beyond that, not a lot.
With the amount of first overall picks Edmonton has had, it's terrifying how not well they've drafted.
Well, that's the other thing that it shows is that I'm going to try and remember this when we come around to the draft lottery again and the Ducks are in it, is that it's not so much about where you draft. It's having a good scouting staff. There's good players always available. And if you can, obviously you want to have your choice and be first overall, but the Ducks have done very well with some picks later in the pick. I mean, look at Corey Perry, was not anywhere near the top of the draft, but
He's the longest player.
Yeah, my God.
He's been outlasting the 2003 drafts for.
Yeah, I got my DVD right there of the 2007 Stanley Cup, and he's still playing.
He's
the
kind
only
of
one
like
left.
He's like the Tom Brady of the NHL right now. Just
Nice.
not with all the stats.
Yeah,
I rewatch that on YouTube almost once a month,
Yeah.
just to feel something again.
I always do the 2003 and then the 07 because as a kid I used to watch the 03 one all the time too. So I every year I usually watch it at least once a year.
Yep.
I watch Game 5. I watch Game 5 every now and then. I'll never forget. I was in a bar in Rancho Cucamonga watching Game 5 shortly after coming back from the military, and I'm the only one watching the TV cheering, and everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy. It's like hockey's on. Like the Ducks are winning.
Yep.
What's this sport with ice?
Are those weapons? Yeah. What are they skating with? No, but this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we didn't go 3 hours this time.
Yeah, that was.
Yes.
My eyes were like. Afterwards, I was. Stinging.
I know. I was like, and I gotta edit this.
Even just listening to it later, is this almost done?
I was just like this at the end of editing, just passed out. But no, I really like our team though. I really like our chances. You guys have anything else to add on with this team?
Not with the team, no.
No.
Oh, actually, here's a better question. Now that we're all here, since we're putting together this all-time rostered team, what uniform setup do we go with?
Ooh.
Doug's jersey.
I love it. I love it.
We do
it's the OGs.
We'll do how about this? We got the old school, the Wild Wing breaking out of the ice, and we got the reverse retro of it. Boom.
That's our way.
I'm okay with that one.
It's hard to get away from the original though. That was just the cleanest sweater you could possibly have in the league.
I mean, I love the OG whites. I wasn't a big fan of the eggplant though. I
love the eggplant.
We could do the OG whites and then the new homes.
Or what if we go back to the 25th and bring back the black?
Or that one, that was a great one.
That one is so there's so many people that's like a huge controversy is the 25th anniversary jersey.
That was my favorite.
The only thing controversial about that was the logo.
No, I would say it was the teal because it should have been more jade than teal.
Yeah,
well, that was a licensing issue. That color is still owned by Disney and they cannot use the same color. That's why it took us this long to get the rebrand, is because it was still locked up with Disney, and now this statute is ended, but that's why we had to add the eyebrow and the mean eyes.
I mean, I love the orange eye though. I think that was a great touch to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to do what is it? I think it's a 10% change to not be copyright infringement.
Good old Disney.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
Because
I
they're
like
going to use it
the
again.
I like the one that's behind Adam there as the white jersey, and I like the one Cody's wearing as the dark
Okay.
jersey, because we're playing the Kings. They're going to be black. They're going to be silver and black.
True.
So get some orange on there to contrast and piss them off.
I mean, I could see them. I can't remember, was it Eddie that said no? I could see them picking, knowing my dad, Eddie, and then Kevin. That's going to be on next week. I could see them picking the foreign blue and gold jerseys.
Always a clean
Oh, it's possible.
look.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably the old timers are going to pick the classics.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely old timers for sure.
If
I
they're-
gotta. I was gonna say I gotta dig at your dad when I can.
Oh no, go for it. I don't. I'm always up for that.
I was gonna say, if just looking into the future, like when they finally do a new third jersey for this new branding, I would love to see basically like the 25th combined with the orange of the new jersey, like a blackout version of the home jersey. Because I like the black and gold and orange of like the Web D, but I hated the Web D. But if they did a kind of a hybrid of like the black, gold, and the new logo, I think that'd be a solid third jersey.
So almost do like the reverse retro 2.0, but make it black and add a little
And
gold into it.
orange. Yeah, like, and instead of the teal, it'd be orange.
Oh no, the orange and the white and orange reverse retro that we had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
do it
one, yeah.
black.
But black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That'd be
would love
interesting.
that.
Have
I
you
think that'd be solid.
have you guys ever seen the Lady Ducks black jersey that they have?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's the AAA and the Lady Ducks. They like the whole Junior Ducks program for Tier 1. They brought out these new jerseys. They're like, that's one that I thought that's where the Ducks were going to go with this new rebrand. It's like orange and black, and then they have the white and black. They're white and orange. It's pretty clean.
Yeah, I like their all black one, but I think they need to add like a little white into it or something. It seems too much, just the black and the orange. Like,
Yeah.
add a little bit like a white striping or something. Then I think it would be a solid jersey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing something like with the 30th anniversary too. Maybe just doing an updated logo on it.
Mhm.
What if you do a reverse retro on that? Do like the teal with the black on the bottom,
Yeah, there you go.
something like that, or
That'd be pretty clean.
Chris from Late Arrivals, black third, and then an eggplant heritage jersey would be complete, a perfect uniform set, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. One last jersey question. For the Ducks' current away jerseys, do you guys want them wearing the white helmets or the orange helmets?
I like the orange.
I could
think
go
it's
either
pretty
way.
clean.
I go either way. I mean,
I don't
They
like it
both
with
look-
the home jersey. I like black with the home.
I like the orange. I think the only thing they would need to switch is maybe go to black pants.
yes. I have been an advocate of that since the beginning. That I think everything is too much orange, especially home and away. Just make it black pants, break it up. I think it'd be so much better.
I think with the way, keep it as is. Just have the orange helmet, and then for the home, keep everything the same, just black pants. And then
What about you,
I-
Doug?
Orange helmets.
I like the orange helmet and orange pants on the road, and I'm good with black pants for the home as well.
I think I agree. Because honestly, like after seeing Ross Johnson play, I just call him the human traffic cone because that's just what he looks like out there.
Literally a pylon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally a pylon. So, but like I said, I like the orange. I don't mind the whole orange. It looks great on the ice and everything, but I think it does need just a little more contrast with
I
the
think
black.
the black pants, but I'm
Black
also weird on it too. Like where I think even if you keep the current setup at home, but like switch it to a white helmet, it might just be enough of a contrast to kind of like stand out a little bit more.
You just
But I
can't do
mean-
white helmets at home because
I
usually the
know.
away teams are wearing white helmets.
I know.
And then Chris, I still want to see the orange matte helmet. That would be
Yes.
great.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
No orange chrome. We want orange matte.
I want orange chrome just to bug you.
No, you wanted to bug my dad more because my dad hated the Chrome Dome for the Kings. He hated it.
I
The
didn't think
Kings
they
should
were
just
that
adapt
terrible.
that forever.
God. I do miss those like Kings jerseys. I like those, except for the Chrome Domes, but those jerseys I liked.
Mhm.
'Cause,
Honestly,
like,
I feel like the league should just go to matte black. I think it's so clean.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
I mean, Patriots, we have a all black jersey that I went and bought the matte black helmet from the Ontario Reign sale just to
Ooh.
have with it because it looked clean.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
nice.
I mean, Matt just does always look cleaner.
Yeah.
So, but all right, well, I think we're all ready to get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Doug, you want to tell everyone where to find Puck Podcast at?
Wherever you find podcasts, that's where we are. We're also on YouTube, and we're on social media, but not much. But if you want to follow us, you're there. And then there's, of course, patreon.com/Puck Podcast as well.
Yep. And Kyle, where can they find you?
Same as Doug. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, we're there. Apple, Spotify, even Amazon, Fire Stick. You can find us on YouTube. And then all of the social medias, it's at LO_Ducks. And you can also find me at cartalksports.com or at Car Talk Sports for socials. Yeah, kind of just everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Yep. And Adam, where can they find you in Patriots hockey?
Patriots hockey, we have patshockey.org is our website. You can find us on all socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're kind of all over the place, so you can definitely find us there, and that's where I'm usually at. Also, if like I said, the September 24th or 21st is our 4th annual golf tournament. If anyone wants to come out, registration is now open. You can find that on the website. You can find it through all of our socials. And if anyone needs a break from the fun little Southern California heat wave we have going on, the weekend of August 22nd, we'll be down in San Diego having the Classy San Diego hockey tournament. It's a 3-on-3 tournament. Everyone just calls it Stay Classy. It's always a fun time. So we'll be down there that weekend as well if anyone wants to come down and just have a break from the weather.
Yeah, someone on Instagram called the Clutch Hutch told me not to listen to you, Adam.
Hutch is just mad because I stop him.
Okay.
He thinks he's a better scorer, but when in fact I'm a better goalie.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I just thought I'd add that in there.
Hutch is one of our San Diego Patriots. He's actually going to play on my Dim Bums team at the Classy tournament, and he's going to be playing with us out in Vegas this year as well.
Awesome.
Well, and then you guys can find Royally Quacked on all social medias at Royally Quacked, and also we're on all podcast platforms, and you can subscribe and follow us here on YouTube and Twitch. We appreciate it, and we'll be back next week with the all-time Kings roster. And hopefully we'll have a simulation probably the week after that. So on that, I guess we only have to do one chant today. I don't have my dad to ruin it. Let's go Ducks.
Technically, because
Ducks.
We still got quack, 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 quack,
quack. That is very true. So, all right, thank you everyone for tuning in, and don't forget to send in who you would like to see on the Ducks roster. If you like to change anything or add anything, even though I think ours is perfect, but just tune in next week, and we'll have the Kings all-time roster for you. So we'll see you guys next week on Royally Quacked. Thank you, everyone.
A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From